he looks absolutely tremendous, and looking forward to a great race.
Oh, welcome back to the studio. I've got Andrew Thornton, an injured. You say Dunwood is mad. What about you? You know, can't wait to do this again. You rode Simon in the National last year, fell at the 25th. Now, here you are.
I know, these things happen, Richard. I'm going to be off for 6 months. But as Richard said, you know, I'll come back.
And you're playing with your ball there, your plasticine, to keep you mobile?
Keep the muscles, got to keep the muscles moving and keep everything going. And, you know, things are coming on the right way.
Well, Mobile is Exotic Dancer. He won this race 12 months ago. He's going down there. I saw his owner coming in, Sir Robert Ogden, beforehand, and they said, well, this is a harder race, you know, to turn around.
It's going to be difficult for him. Below par performance in the Gold Cup. He's coming back here to try and redeem his reputation. I had a quick look at them in the paddock as well beforehand. I thought Kauto Star, he looked slightly better in his coat than he did at Cheltenham. Exotic Dancer did look very, very well. He's obviously got the form to turn around with Kauto again. You know, he has yet to beat him so far. But Tony McCoy back on board today, you know, be hoping he puts up a decent run.
OK, but now grey horses, people love them, don't they? Monet's Garden, he loves this course and he does it well. I mean, he's beaten Kauto here, but that was the first run of the season back in November, wasn't it?
That's right. He was receiving a lot of weight that day and over a different trip as well. That was 2 miles 5. He's up to 3 mile 1 over fences for the first time today. So they're obviously feeling that the step up in trip might just help his cause. They had the choice of taking on Masterminded tomorrow or Kauto Star today. They plumped for today. I think that he's got a reasonable chance. He looked very well in the paddock. He's always a horse who goes particularly well fresh, and that's what he's got. He hasn't been to Cheltenham, hasn't got to worry about the Cheltenham factor, and he comes here today looking like, you know, there's probably 3 hold-up horses in the race today: Exotic Dancer, Kauto and Gungadoo, and you just feel that Arvik will roll away in front and Monays will probably track him.
Well, he's won 2 here and been second to Garchon Petra. Now Arvik, who is an enigma, really. I mean, very impressive last time, but can we always trust him to do his best?
Personally, I just think that the 3 mile 1.5 at Cheltenham just stretches his stamina. He gets to the last fence at Cheltenham over 3 mile 1 and he just doesn't come up the hill. 2 mile 5 round there, as it proved at the Cheltenham Festival, is absolutely tailor-made for him. The blinkers worked a treat last time out. He wasn't too free in front, which Timmy was slightly worried about. He sharpened him up, he relaxed in front, he got a lovely easy lead, and he galloped them into the ground that day. Obviously a flat track today will help him, and if he gets his easy lead, he could be the one, as Norman said, could be the one to beat.
Paul Nicholls well represented here. 2 of the 5 runners, Gungadoo by Beneficial Goods, Stallion, but has, as Paul admitted, got a lot to do on the official weights, but a 5-horse race.
Exactly right, Richard. He deserves a step up in trip. He's won 2 handicaps at Sandown, and he won the Racing Post Chase, which is an ultra-competitive race round Kempton last time out. I finished 4th in the race on Simon. I can see this horse improving. He hasn't been to Cheltenham, and that is a big, big plus for him.
Well, it's Kauto Star, who's now a 4-7 shot. It's Exotic Dancer, who hasn't moved at 6-1. It's 8-1 Monet's Garden, 9-1 Arvik, and 10-1 Gungadoo. There's been a £3,000 bet on Gungadoo at 10-1 to win 30, but the biggest bet on the rails, a £65,000 bet has just been struck with Chronicle again on Kauto Star.
Well, you were saying that Kauto Star looked marginally better than he did at Cheltenham. I mean, do you mean the coat is shinier, or he's brighter in himself?
Yeah, just the coat just looked shinier to me when I saw him in the paddock. At Cheltenham, to me, his coat hadn't quite come through, but today, to me, he just looked better in himself.
Well, you'll be able to see... Oh, there, it looks like they're coming in, Jim.
And they're off and running, setting off in this 3-miler. And Arvik, the first one to go on here by 4 lengths or so, comes to the first, put in a shorty there, and got over it okay. From Gungadoo on the near side, Kauto Star in the centre, the white face, that purple cap going second. 4 lengths away, Exotic Dancer. First open ditch, the leader gave it plenty of air, and the grey Monet's Garden at the rear of the field. Coming up the home straight on the first occasion, and Arvik it is, who strides along here by 2 lengths to Kauto Star, Ruby Walsh, who's pretty handy on the outside. 2 lengths further back is Gungadoo, the stablemate, Racing Post Chase winner, so come to the third, followed then by Exotic Dancer, last year's winner, And 1 length away is the grey Monet's Garden, who's the best part of 6 lengths off the pace, and that pace is being set by our Vic, who had his moment of glory at Cheltenham, and he's in great form at the moment. Seems to be relishing it out in front here by a length. The Kauto Star, who's very handy. Noticeable that Ruby Walsh is sitting right on the heels of the leader. 3 lengths away then is Gungadoo. 3 lengths further back in the field then is Monet's Garden, an Exotic Dancer at the tail. Heading to the 4th, our Vic got over it in good style, but from Kauto Star, very, very handy on the outside, almost level, only a half length away. So they head down the back towards fence number 5, and it's our Vic on the inside. Kauto Star clear of Gungadoo. The grey is Monet's Garden, and in the pink cap, Exotic Dancer. There is Kauto. Seems to have been jumping pretty well so far. Handled that one in his stride. That was an open ditch, and he just popped over that one. And Ruby settling him in behind in 2nd position. So come to the 7th, just to wrap the top of that. Just got in too close. No damage done at all. In 3rd, Gungadoo. 4th on the outside, the grey Monet's Garden, and last of the 5 runners, last year's winner, Exotic Dancer. Heading left-handed now across the top of the track and towards fence number 8. It's our Vic, Timmy Murphy, by 4 lengths to Kauto Star. They come to the cross fence. Leader jumps it well. Kauto does as well. Then in 3rd place, Gungadoo, going well within himself. No questions asked, nor would you expect them to be asked at this stage of the race. Monet's Garden the outside in 4th, and Exotic Dancer trailing the field for Tony McCoy as they're back where they started and swinging in now, heading up to the 9th. Our Vic, again, he was exactly the same as he was the first time round. Just put in that short stride just before it, and Kauto Star gets up on his inside. So they come to the 3rd open ditch. An interesting maneuver as Ruby goes for the inside run and takes it up. So Kauto Star putting on the pace here, and gets about a neck up on our Vic the outside. They're going stride for stride, about 4 or 5 lengths away, Exotic Dancer from Gungadoo and Monet's Garden, as they come now to the one that'll be the last next time round, number 11. Our Vic back in front again on the outside from Kauto Star. A gap then to Gungadoo, Monet's Garden and Exotic Dancer, and the pace is really on, Norman. These are unusual tactics by Ruby.
Yeah, it really is, and I'd say Timmy will be a bit disappointed that Ruby got up his inside, but Timmy's horse is jumping super. Interesting Ruby should do this, but he has shown he stayed really well this season. And Tony McCoy, Exotic Dancer, he's travelled well and jumped well, and he's just creeping in behind him, and they'll give him a lead down the back. But if I was Timmy Murphy, I wouldn't be too happy about Ruby sneaking up his inner, but both horses jumping well. I think Ruby is going to try and turn it into a real test down the back.
Well, he certainly is as they come now towards the 12th. Our Vic on the far side. Kauto Star the near side, and he wrapped that hard, Kauto. He got in right into that. And let's just see how he recovers, or if he recovers, as they come now to the next. Our Vic by 3 lengths as he comes to the 13th. Kauto hit the last one hard. Here he is here. He just flicked over the top of that. He's starting to feel it, Kauto. He's riding hard here, Ruby Walsh. Further back then, Exotic Dancer as they come to the 4th open ditch. That was a better jump from Kauto. Blunder by Gungadoo. And further back then is Monet's Garden, who's under pressure. So it's our Vic as he comes to the 15th, is just the leader. Soars over it from Kauto Star, who's back into the fight again now on the outside. He's only a half length away. 4 lengths then to Exotic Dancer. A long gap, Monet's Garden, with 4 left to jump. And Gungadoo has dropped out. So Kauto Star is level with our Vic again as they leave the back. Racing across the top, they've got 4 left to jump. Kauto Star on the left, on the near side, our Vic. They come to 4 out, and he went right through that, Kauto. It's like the Kauto of old, but he's got a neck in front as they come around the turn. And on the far side, it's our Vic. On the near side, Kauto Star. They're stride for stride. A great battle. 6 or 8 lengths to Exotic Dancer as they swing in with 3 left to jump. Our Vic on the far side, near side, Kauto Star. He soared over that one. He got about a length in front. 2 lengths clear now as they come now towards the last ditch. This is the second last. He's doing this on sheer class. Kauto Star by 5 lengths. He comes to it. Oh, a big one. And he took off He took off far too early, and he's got onto the top of the fence there, but he's still in front. So Kauto Star with one left to jump is about 4 or 5 lengths in front. Then on the outside, our Vic, Exotic Dancer raising an effort. They've got one left to jump. He's out on his feet, Kauto. He can barely lift his legs. They've got one left to jump. Kauto comes towards it. He takes off. He paddles through it. He's only a length in front. Our Vic coming back at him now. 100 yards left to go. He's digging deep, Kauto. Our Vic, though, full of running the outside. It's Kauto Star, our Vic. They race towards the line. Lock together. A photo. Our Vic and Kauto Star. A gap then to Exotic Dancer. They're followed by Monet's Garden, and Gungadoo is last to finish. What an extraordinary race. An absolutely extraordinary race. And let's just see if we can have a look at the photo there and look at Ruby. Timmy Murphy there on our Vic. Has he got up? That's the question. But the most extraordinary tactical battle you've ever seen. Well over a circuit out, Ruby Walsh got up on the inside of Timmy Murphy, and they went hammer and tongs at it. Then down the back, he made a mistake. He dropped out. He came back again. Here is the result. First, number 4, our Vic. Our Vic has won it. Our Vic on the outside has got up to win for Timmy Murphy, and that will go down in the history books as one of the most extraordinary tactical battles you've ever seen. Kauto Star, his jumping went to pieces down the back. He got back into the race through sheer class and through the sheer determination of his jockey, Ruby Walsh. But you could see he was out on his feet. There is the photo. He was absolutely out on his feet. He landed on the top of the second last, and then his jumping had gone to pieces completely. But Timmy Murphy has won this on our Vic, a rejuvenated our Vic, for owner David Johnson, trainer David Pipe. 9-1 our Vic. Kauto Star, the 7-4 on favourite, and Exotic Dancer 6-1. That's the 1, 2, 3. And a nose and 14 lengths were the official distances.
Only a nose separating them there at the end, when it looked as if Kauto Star, having been on and off the bridle throughout the race, he went to the front, 2 from home. It looked like he had the race at his mercy. But have another look at this mistake at the second last. It's the sort of mistake he used to make at the last. In fact, worse than that. He lands right on top of the fence, splits the birch. He's 3 lengths still in front of Arvik there, but it almost knocks the stuffing completely out of him. It may have hurt him when it happened, because he looks punch drunk after that. Richard Dunwoody watching it alongside me. I was worrying as he came down to the last. He manages to get over that. Guts and bravery, I think, have got him home today to only be beaten a nose rather than class. Our Vic is a very good horse in his own right, but this was an extraordinary race to watch.
It's an amazing race, Claire. Real amazing race. At the second last there, Ruby's gave him a bit of the office to actually go for him, and he's come up long, and it's been a big effort for him, and from that he's been very, very tired there going to the last. And here you've just seen his real battling qualities. He's really stuck it out, and I hoped he was going to hang on for Ruby, but Arvik's collared him on the line.
A success for Timmy Murphy, for David Pipe as well. Arvik, a horse who won the Ryanair Chase at the Cheltenham Festival. He looked magnificent in the paddock before the race. It's all very well saying that afterwards, but Timmy Murphy as well had to get him into a rhythm. He made a mistake at the first fence. He jumped the second fence very big. Then after about a circuit, he was into a rhythm. Then Kauto Star took him on, went past him. And there is David Pipe, the successful trainer. And it's a great moment for him, Rish.
Well, it certainly is. David, I'm sure you would have thought that Kauto Star had taken command of the race, but your horse fought back so bravely.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, both horses deserve to win. Arvik and Timmy have given their all, and he's battled back. He's got a good jump at the last, and he's got up in the dying stages. I didn't think he had, but that's probably me.
How concerned were you when Kauto Star started taking him on for the lead?
I was always happy until we made a mistake at the first in the home straight, and Kato's gone on. But the blinkers have definitely helped, and they sharpened him up, and Timmy's asked him to respond, and he has.
And would this be the only track that he'll get 3 miles plus at?
got it at Wetherby. So I don't know. You know, he's a very good horse. He's been a very good horse all his life. Eddie Buckley, the head lad, rides him every day. I said to him the other day, I said, when this fellow retires, we've one half missing.
Well done today.
Thank you.
Timmy Murphy coming back into this winner's enclosure here at Aintree, and David Johnson shaking hands with him, the winning owner. Great moment and sheer elation for Timmy Murphy. So how close was it? Let's have a look at it. There they are on the outside. It's Alvic, far side Kauto Star, and the judge's print showed a nose. That's an official distance now, a nose. In the old days, I think short head was the shortest possible margin, but now it's a nose. Now, Kauto Star, let's have a look at him. There he is after the race. Well, he's battled hard, and Ruby Walsh, when he saw that inside opening, that was up the straight the first time. I think that was at about the 9th or the 10th. He took the inside opening, and then the race was really on. A long, long way from home. He's surged back into contention again down the back. Now, Paul Nichols, who of course trains Kauto Star, has now crossed the £3 million prize money mark, which is an unbelievable feat for National Hunt Racing. And he's now talking to Rishi Persad.
Paul, can we get your reaction to that defeat?
I think Ruby was too pleased with me, really, because I sort of said to him, be positive, you're going well, you know, bowl along, and I think he thought he probably should have just got a lead and probably not been so positive, and he sort of rolled about it a bit in front. I said, look, we get it right more times than we get it wrong, so I'll take the blame.
When you talked about tactics, were you worried that Our Vic was the horse that you were going to get into a battle with?
No, I just said, look, if you know, ride him like he stays and be positive with him. I said, if you want to roll on and turn in the straight and kick on if you want to, but he didn't agree with me on the day, but there we are. He's run a good race. He's run a cracking race. All credit to Arvic. He's run a good race today, and best horse on the day won. What
about Kauto's jumping today?
Listen, he always makes the odd mistake, doesn't he? On the whole, he's brilliant, and he does the odd time. I think going to the last ditch when he was in front, he missed that out then. You know, that's just him, and we'll get him back now, get him fresh, and you'll see him back next autumn. And
we're just looking at the mistake he made at the second to last. I mean, that was similar to the one he made at Kempton when he made the mistake at the last when he won the King George I.
That obviously didn't help, but it was extra furlong here today, and Ruby just said something in. I knew probably. Oh, well, we got it wrong. He's mad with me, but you know, as I said, we normally get it right.
One thing about Kauto Star, that even in defeats, he seems to show so much courage and determination.
Exactly, he's a very good horse. I mean, he don't win the races he's done without being top class, and he's putting up an awesome performance again, considering what happened the last day. And okay, I got the tactics wrong today, but there's another day, and he'll be back next season. Don't you worry.
And Paul, I'm sure you didn't want it to happen like this, but you have crossed the £3 million barrier.
Oh, well, that's nice. That was inevitable to happen, really, wasn't it? But you know, we hate getting beaten when you know, you get beat like that. You want to be winning, but there we are.
Good luck later on. I hope that you get one in the bag.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Well, you go a long way to see a better horse race than that one. Arvic 9-1 the winner. It was Kauto Star second at 4-7 and Exotic Dancer third at 6-1, and there's been a shake-up in